We Hustle Daily. What's up, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Ray Big Play coming to y'all with a different type of video. We're gonna be switching up the content just a little bit, see how you guys like this. So, basically, Kia dealership, something happened with the Kia dealership. We're about to check it out. Let's see what's going on with my boy. We're gonna be getting into this financial talk about these dealerships, about auctions, about even my car note, right? With my GLE. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know I'm paying a car note on the GLE. I wouldn't necessarily say I would get a car note again, but I wouldn't necessarily say I wouldn't. It just depends on how your financial situation is. But let's go ahead and listen to it.
What's up, TikTok? I'm coming over here to tell y'all how I gave Kia dealership a $25,000 check and $2,500 in cash. And somehow I ended up in a situation where my check was held and my $2,500 in cash was used as a down payment in a $31,000 car loan. And I'm just stuck.
Wait a minute. His check was held $25,000. So he's paid $27,000. Damn near paid the car off.
Kept dealing with the consequences and the finances. So here's a quick story time how this all went down. This is the dealership I went to get my car. Anybody who stays in Tampa, Florida, Banner, Florida, do not get no car from this dealership right here. And I'm going to tell you why. All right, so boom. So February the 6th, I came in the dealership with a $25,000 check and my $2,500 in cash. I had a salesman by the name of John Williams. This is him.
Oh, shit, John.
So boom, February the 6th, I go into the
dealership. Oh, man, you got John on the goddamn screen.
Dealership with my check and my cash, and I'm looking for the car I want. I found the car that I want, which is what I'm in right now. And I had, told the guy already, I was interested in this vehicle. So everything going according to plan, everything going smooth so far. So I'm not really thinking too much of it. But the way how everything was handled, it was very mismanaged. And it was a scandalous act. So after we test drove the vehicle, I gave him the check and told him this is how I'm going to pay. And he told me, okay, this is the remaining balance of the car. I paid the difference plus with the dealer fees, which is I paid $2,500. So after that, everything's going smooth. He then directs me to the finance manager because he told me that the car. So this is the finance manager that he directed me to, speaking about the warranty.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. How many of y'all with $25,000 cash is going and buying a Kia? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Nothing's wrong with what he did, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, I applaud him for just coming in there with that much cash. That's a lot of cash to put down on a car. My car, I only put $5,000 down, but I did end up putting $20,000 down in like December. You know what I'm saying? So that brought my car note to like $36,000, right? The whole total price was $60,000. I put down $5,000. I was paying my regular car note. We'll get into all that later, but let's listen to the story. What's going on, Hustle Nation? I just want to announce that I have made a better deal for you guys on whdacademy.com. This is the best deal yet. For $247, you can get all 19 lessons. And if you pay an extra $300, you can get auction access to Copart and IAA only, okay? So for just $550, you guys can have all 19 lessons teaching you how to properly inspect cars, what to look for, all my tips and tricks, everything I know for just $247. And you can also get my plug inside, so you can get auction access to Copart and IAA only for $300. So for $550, you literally get everything, okay? Now, if you are not interested in my full course, that's okay. You can just get the monthly membership option where you can just pay $97 a month. You can pay as you go. So essentially, you could just pay the $97, come in, pay your $300 to get auction access to Copart and IAA and cancel the membership, all right? But you can also pay as you go if you do not have the whole entire $247. You are saving by getting this option, so make sure you guys understand that you're saving about $150 compared to paying $97 a month for 4 months to get the whole entire course, right? You can also pay with Klarna or Afterpay. You can see your options here.
This is the finance manager.
Ah, damn.
This guy was very rude. He was just aggressive. He was rude. I got recordings of him too and how he was speaking to me, and we're going to share that soon. So as I'm speaking with him, I'm under the impression that I am going to be paying monthly for warranty as what it was being explained to me, just having coverage on the car. When I came in, I already was under the impression that I did not want bumper to bumper on this car because I already know that it comes with extra fees. Me being young, in school, all this other stuff that I'm going on, living on my own and stuff like that. I already know I'm not trying to have extra bills on top of what I'm already looking forward to trying to invest myself into, which is getting me a car. So I told him I want bumper to bumper. He did convince me to keep this one.
That's what I was gonna say. So, yo, shout out to my boy for having that $25,000 cash, $20,000 cash, and not going to get a Mercedes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The nigga say, okay, I'm gonna just get the Kia. That's cool.
Warranty, which will protect my oil changes, also as well with the computer system that's inside of the car, things of that nature. I really wasn't, thinking too much of it because I'm like, okay, that's cool with the oil changes and things like that. I keep that. So we had a discussion of what I'll be paying monthly for that warranty. I signed the papers. This is the impression that I'm under. Boom. The sale go good. Everything going fine. Perfect. Now, I did decide I wanted to cancel out the warranty. That's neither here nor there. That's not even important to the story. I did decide that I wanted to cancel out the warranty. I didn't just no longer want to pay for it. So he told me that he canceled it. May 5th, I ended up finding out I got a letter in the mail saying that
I did get a warranty on my truck too. It's like, I think it was 5,000. That's what brought it up to 60,000. The car was originally like 56. You know what I'm saying?
Loan with a company called ViStar, a loan of $31,000.
Huh?
Which didn't make sense to me because I know I gave the salesman, John, a $25,000 check and $2,500 in cash is what I made the payment for. Now, I can't show y'all the check due to my personal information, but this is the receipt for the $2,500 that I paid the difference of the car. So once I found out that I got a $31,000 debt with the company called ViStar, I called them up and they tell me that they got legal document signs of me, an agreement of paying $31,000, which was never in the agreement that I agreed upon. Now, granted, I did sign papers, but I'm under the impression is what they're telling me that I'm signing papers for maintenance, not financing. Because in what world would anybody go into a dealership with a $25,000 check, give y'all the check, also as well, take $2,500 and say, you know what, I'm not going to use the check, y'all keep the check, but I'm going to use the $2,500 to go towards a $31,000 car loan. That don't make sense.
That don't make sense at all. So they put it on the what? The warranty?
So I end up calling the salesman to get confirmation, like, what's going on? How did I end up in the $31,000 car loan? And I'm finna play the recording just for court purposes as well.
Right. So where's my money?
But I'm gonna play the recording for y'all so I can hear what he said. Loan Suncoast check.
I mean, I remember printing it out.
Okay. Yeah, so you print that check out, and did you remember what you did with it?
I thought I gave it to you.
Gave me the check?
I thought so, or we gave it to Dre, one of the two. I mean, I remember printing it out. For sure, I do remember that.
Yeah, why would I get the check? I get you.
Didn't you have to fill it out or something?
No, I didn't have to fill it out. So you told me, I got the screenshots of. So as y'all already see, the salesman don't even know what he did with my check. So you could tell he dropped the ball. So now I got confirmation of him.
I thought I gave it to you.
Hello, motherfucker.
Admitting.
Why would you thought you gave it to me? Fuck, I'm giving it to y'all.
That he took the check, he received the check, he printed the check out, I signed the check. He said that he gave me the check. Why would you give me the check and the car? So I'm going to walk off the lot with a free car and the $25,000 check? That's just not making sense. You dropped the ball, bro. So I go back in, I'm talking to the finance manager, I'm letting him know,
What a
man,
check
like
at?
this was just mishandled. He took my money and put it to a $31,000 car loan, and he never used my $25,000 check that I gave him because the money is gone. I don't have the $25,000 and I don't have the
Where's that?
$2,500. This
Wait
guy
a minute. Where the fuck is my money at, bro?
right here with this bright big old smile, he's the one that was very disrespectful and rude, slapping the papers on the desk, telling me he don't want to talk to me, this conversation over. And I got the recording of that. Instead of him being, a man and also as well a good salesman, finance manager, and him trying to get to the bottom of the situation, he was very rude and told me that we never talked about anything of a check when we actually did. We did discuss a check, and I have recordings of that as well. He was very disrespectful. He was very aggressive, waving his hand in my face at his desk, telling me the conversation is over. And I was letting him know that the conversation was not over, because at the end of the day, money was still spent and business was still made. So basically, he told me, good luck with the car, is what he told me. And I walked out his office, and I went and I stormed into the general manager's office as well, which is this guy right here.
Oh shit.
So me and my dad, we go into the general manager office, and he tells me and my dad, literally blatantly in our face, and he says, well, you should have spoke up. But I'm just trying to figure out,
where the fuck my money at, man? Where the fuck is my money? Because let's find the money, and now you motherfuckers put this shit down on the car. You feel me?
how would you expect me to speak up for one of your salesmen mishandling his job and mishandled the whole purpose of how a sale's supposed to work with the car? I'm not a salesman. Your guy mishandled the whole situation. So what me speaking up has to do with anything when I'm being told one thing, I'm signing papers for one thing that I'm agreeing on, and finding out a month or two down the line that I'm in a loan of $31,000 and the check that I gave, the money that I gave, was never used. So I have reached all resorts. I did a dealership complaint. I filed a police report. I talked to the general manager. He's not no help. He told me he's going to call me back Friday. This man never contacted me back at all in any way, shape, or form. They're just not trying to help me. I called the Kia customer service. I made the report there as well. I already reached and contacted a lawyer that I have a meeting with on the 19th to get involved with this case. So I just want Kia to understand that this is what your dealerships, these are the people that is representing the company, and these are how they're mishandling young folks. You have people out here that's saving money, stacking money, man, that's in school, young, just like me, don't know all the terms and conditions, but when we go in, we're expecting for the business to be handled properly and well by your salesman, when we're being tricked and scammed out of things that we never even really agreed upon. So before I proceed with seeking more legal action, I just ask for Kia to step in, the headquarters of Kia to step in and try to get this situation rectified for me, because like I'm in school, I can't focus on school, I can't focus on my job. Like I just can't focus right now in my lifetime knowing that I'm put into a $31,000 car loan and we have a missing check and $2,500 is going towards a car loan, and it's just not fair. It's very unfair and it's very mishandled, and it just seems like nobody is trying to help me with this situation. Now, granted, I did put in a dealership report, but who knows how that's going to go. So this is my last resort reaching, Kia. So right now, this is my last resort, and I just want y'all to do y'all thing, man. Social media, do y'all thing. Tag Kia USA, courtesy Kia Brandon, in the comments, man. Just tag them to get their attention. And I just want y'all, all the young folks, just anybody in general that's trying to go to a dealership, man, please make sure that however you're paying for your vehicle, whether it's in cash, whether it's with a check, whether it's with a car loan check, whatever, please be aware of what's going on, because situations like this, people are being in scandalous situations. I don't know if this is gain more commission on the sales guy, and I don't know what this is for, but this is to spread awareness, to pay attention to what's going on, because these people are doing this but God knows what. And to this day, man, we still don't even know where to check at.
My nigga lost a check. Hey, I don't really write checks and stuff, but can't you just like cancel a check, void a check, or whatever the case is? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Like stop a check. I don't know. I don't deal with checks. But yeah, that's weird. A whole $20,000 check gone is crazy. You know what I mean? But hopefully Kia steps in and they figure out what's going on here, because ain't no way just a check is just gone. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into more of like what my car payments are and how I feel about car payments and my APR and all that. I didn't really give a fuck about my APR and stuff like that at the time. But we'll get into that. So this is just a little sneak peek, man. I'm about to be dropping more videos like this, so y'all let me know how y'all like this content. Hopefully y'all like it, because we're gonna be rebranding a little bit. All right, so again, make sure y'all go to whdacademy.com. Just for $247 you get my whole entire academy, all 19 lessons, and for $300 more you can get auction access to Copart and IEA through my connection. All right, so y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Tap in whdacademy.com and try to stay away from them car notes if you can, man, because not saying that I wouldn't do it again, but we'll talk about it. Peace.
Hustle Nation, if you need a broker in order to buy a car off Copart or IAA and you do not have your dealer license, you can use eRepairables.
You can sign up and buy cars for as low as $25, which is actually cheaper than making your own account at Copart or the insurance auto auction yourself.
Or you can just pay $200 for the whole year and have an all-access bidding pass at these two auctions. And as you can see, they are in most states.
Click the link in the description if you're interested.
What's going on, Hustle Nation? Just want to tell you guys about this Auto A Stat research tool that I use to find out what's the history on all these Copart and insurance auto auction cars. It gets to tell you the auctions, how many auctions it's been to, the mileage, if the car has been staged by a dealer, as you can see. So if you would like to use this research tool, make sure you click the link in the description below.